My name is Kingdon. Tomorrow morning I'll be running 60 kilometres around Uluru, hoping to raise as much money and awareness for mental health.
So how are you feeling about the run?
Good. I'm feeling excited, I'm feeling ready. I think what I've done in the 4 months leading up to tomorrow will help me get through and has equipped me with what I need in terms of endurance and mental strength. I've spent a lot of time training my cardio system, so I've spent a lot of time running, but also time on the bike, the assault bike and the rower, and doing swimming in the early parts of the training block to build up my endurance, but as a way to not spend time on my feet so that I'm not overloading my body to build stress-related injuries. And then I've also been doing sauna training and training in tracksuits to help with heat adaptation. I think it's projected for 41 degrees tomorrow during the hottest part of the day, so just getting ready for the heat. I'm starting the run tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. Let's go. I'll be starting at Uluṟu, the town centre, and I'll be running towards the airport via a dirt track. Spend the first 13 kilometres running along a dirt road, which will take me to around 4 a.m. And then from there, I'll be running towards Uluru, beside the road. Once I arrive at the base of Uluru, I'll then be doing a full lap around Uluru, which is another 12 kilometres. So after that, I'll be around 42 kilometres. And then I'll head away from the rock before doing a U-turn and heading back towards Uluru to finish at the base for the end of the 60th kilometre. The biggest run I've done was a half marathon, a Gold Coast half marathon in winter in 2019. The first thing I'll be telling myself is to calm down. There's a lot of excitement that's led up to this run, and the first thing I want to do is the adrenaline will be running, and the first thing I want to do is, because I'll be feeling great, is get out and just run hard. And I'll be constantly reminding myself to reel myself back in, to slow myself down, because I can't afford to go hard early. I need to maintain a steady pace. I'll be running at roughly 7-minute 30 kilometres for the first 40 kilometres. Last 20 is dependent on how I feel and potentially increase the pace, but I don't want to increase the pace too early and burn out in the later part of the race. So after 40 kilometres, if I'm still feeling good and want to increase, I might increase to 6-minute 30 kilometres. We'll play it by ear. I take a lot of pride in my diet. I think I eat a very clean diet most of the time, and I think that's helped me with my training, particularly in the last month leading up. I've been incredibly diligent with my diet. I've been trying to increase the amount of food I eat because I've been spending 2.5-3 hours a day working out. So obviously I need to consume more food to keep up and maintain weight.
I hear 'em chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I breeze. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the. Wake up, get out the sheets. We came for one man, forget my peace.
88.5 is starting weight.
I'ma put him in a cage, never let out the. I hear him chat in the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man's so tough, but man's keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Beg, please get on your knees. Came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve. One wrong move, I'ma let out the. Shoes, check out the crease.
At 5 kilometers, I'll be telling myself to slow down. At 10 kilometers, I'll be telling myself to slow down. At 20 kilometers, I'll be telling myself to slow down. And then it will start to hurt, it'll start to get tough. And then at that point, my mind will hopefully just have started to drift off. And then at that point, it's just one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other. And then at 42 kilometers, I'll be congratulating myself because it's the first time I will have completed a marathon. But there's still 18 kilometers to go. And at that point, it's just grind. 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 Can someone give me a countdown till... Yep, ready to go? I wanted to create a challenge for myself that I needed to devote myself to, but I also wanted it to be crazy enough to catch people's attention, because I hoped with that I could then use that attention to shine the light on a bigger issue, and I decided to shine that light on mental health. I've decided to raise money and awareness in support of Reach Out, which is the most accessed online mental health organisation in Australia. I think too many people are dying. I'm fortunate that in my circle and in my group I don't know anyone firsthand that has ended their own life, but I know too many stories of people that have.
It's over 2 Ks, I'd say. So he's a 30th of the way there, Dale.
I don't really know how to respond when I'm told that someone has ended their own life, so I really hate hearing about it and thinking about it. I think it's getting more and more common. I think it's something that has increased over time, and I don't know whether it's what has caused it. I don't know if it's the phones or I don't know, but I think it's become more common over time, and I think if we were to create a conversation around it, it would help in a small way.
So what's your biggest concern?
My right leg. I've had a stress fracture. Last year, 2020, it was fractured the tibia of my right leg 3 times. So that stunted my training a little bit, and I had to change the way I trained and prepared for this race to work around my right leg.
Let me know when we're close to that hill. Let me know when you're close to that hill.
The first part of the training block, I wasn't running, and as of Christmas, about 8 weeks out from the run, that was when I first started running and training for this race.
You'll probably need to go ahead.
Based on what I figured out with the podiatrist, we figured it was better I'd built up enough endurance and fitness for the run without doing any running, just to ensure that my shins are good for the run. You need to add the hydrolyte to the green water bottle.
Yeah, what's in Dad's cup?
Yeah. Because that won't fit in there.
It'll fit in the corner. What about this one? Just pour more water in it.
Tell Dad to come up. Oh, he's stuck.
Anastasia Kingdon, and I am Luke's mum. My role in the run, I felt that I was the nurse, the nurse, the doctor, the mum, looking after him, carer, the social media, make sure I get a photo, post it, which was quite entertaining because I'm always told not to go on social media. All of a sudden I had to be a guru on social media. And really I felt that I just had to be his support.
Hi, my name is Darren Kingdon and I'm Luke Kingdon's dad. So I guess, I was probably, water boy, basically, driving yourself around, stopping and starting, trying to get good camera shots.
The most I've run before this race is 6 kilometers. We figured that was the best part, the best strategy to follow in terms of preparing myself for this run.
Big time, no man now. Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. Big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me. Yeah. Big time, big time, big time. Big time.
He's cool as. 34.4. 34.4.
I like some water. Oh yeah. I love water than chapstick. I know my legs will be hurting. They would. It's a 9-hour run. Anyone who has a 9-hour shift at work will typically complain about their legs. Try running on concrete for 9 hours. That's going to hurt your legs. And the fact that I may even be running with a stress fracture at the moment or shin splints in one leg, yeah, that concerns me. But there's not much that can be done about it now.
Yeah, he's always been an athlete. He's very, he does have a bit of a bulldog sort of spirit, and from an early age he was sort of an extremely good cross-country runner, and was pretty good at putting himself to the sword and you know, get the job done in athletics and things like that. Had a fairly high pain threshold, you know, as a kid, and I think that was, you know, probably the reason why he did well in his younger years.
I used to run in primary school. I was quite a good runner.
Yeah, no, he would curl over sort of mid-race sometimes, and you know, give the throwing up notions, and he would still sort of carry on.
Hello, my name's Andrew. I mean, who in their right mind would go out to Uluru to run a 60-kilometre marathon? Only Luke would be able to do that. But I mean, still, it's pretty unreal that anyone could actually come up with that idea and then actually follow through with it as well. So that's cool.
Yeah, well, that was the concern really, was that, you know, well, so many unknowns. I mean, he hasn't run anything more than a half marathon in his life, and it was sort of, so therefore it's sort of 3 times more than what he's ever done.
I think just another little challenge. That's the way I look at it. The obstacle is the way, and it's just another little obstacle that's trying to hold me back, trying to stop me from completing this 60 kilometers. So it's just something, another opportunity to overcome something. I think this run will be me versus me, but I'll be doing it to create a conversation about mental health, to help others. I'm ready, and you best believe I'll give my all out there. First 3 hours, I'll be consistently reminding myself to slow down and to take it easy. But then after that, it's just one foot in front of the other. And then I'll just be thinking of everyone that has supported me and has donated and encouraged me to do this. But then I'll also be thinking of those who don't think it can be done. Those who think it's crazy. Those who think it's too far, or the shins won't make it, or the shins won't last, or you won't be able to walk because your shins are broken. I'll be thinking about them too.
He was at the gym every day, working extremely hard, basically a puddle of sweat at his feet every day. So, I mean, in terms of hard work and dedication, he ticked that box. In terms of running long distance before, he didn't. I mean, I think the most he did was like 5 kilometers, just a little tester. Compared to 60 kilometers, I mean, it is a big difference, but I mean, on the day, it always changes. You know, you have the adrenaline, so I feel like he worked hard enough at what he needed. He did his research.
30 Ks, baby.
So Luke's training consisted of mental, physical, and also the nutrient side of things as well. But he's got a very mentally strong persona about him, and whenever he has an idea and he puts his mind to something, he's going to do it without fail, so that's good. Over the period coming up to the run, Luke was very focused on his training in terms of his endurance, his research side of things as well. But more specifically, at the gym, you would see him come to work every day and in a tracksuit in the summer, sweating like crazy. The whole thing was just soaked. But when he would go to the gym afterwards, same thing again.
Let's put this in.
It was, you know, grueling, 60 Ks in the heat. There was times where there was no reception in terms of getting, you know, Wi-Fi and whatnot for the phone. So I was quite worried as to how his body would take the heat, how his legs would take the pressure of running that long.
Blisters are coming on.
I found that there wasn't a lot of support from St John Ambulance or Medicalese. Well, I knew he'd finished the run because I know that's just Luke. If he sets his mind to something, he will finish it. And I knew I had to be the person to help in any way possible to help him make sure that he finishes it in a healthy way. So he came out at the other end, you know, well and uninjured too much.
There was a couple of concerns I was concerned about for Luke. One was that dehydration, and that's a big factor, especially in Uluru. You get temperatures reaching over 40, 45 degrees Celsius, so that is quite concerning, especially if this is a first time run as well. As Luke has not really done marathons previously, you know, he really needed to ensure that his body was well prepared for the heat and the endurance of this run, and I think he did that through his training. He did his research, and he learnt about, you know, how much water he needed to be taking in during the run, and how to keep his body fueled. I believe one thing that comes to my mind is salt. So he would eat salt during the day, especially at work as well. When he was wearing the full tracksuit, he'd be eating salt, little cubes of salt, just to help keep his body rejuvenated from the sweat that he was losing and all the salt that was exiting his body. So I think that was, you know, pretty, I mean, out there, but I mean, you know, the research did show him that was the way to go about replenishing those sorts of nutrients levels. So, I mean, if it works, it works. But yeah.
Phone?
Yeah, there's not much.
Yep.
Hats.
Sunscreen.
Sunscreen.
Alright, we need to head right.
Sunglasses.
Yep. Do you have my black t-shirt or my black long sleeve in this car?
Yes.
Alright, I'll put that on. Ray-Bans. Give me some Ray-Ban vision.
How's the taping going? You need another layer, I think.
I don't know. Air that one out, maybe jam it in a window. I'll go for the next 10.
He didn't really drag us along. I think we just willingly jumped on board. We hadn't been to Uluru, and I think it was probably, I guess, as a concerned parent, running in 40-degree temperatures, and he, you know, I don't think he trained We don't think he did a stint of more than 6 kilometres in any one time. And there's a lot of unknowns with, look, obviously, 40-degree temperatures and not a lot of medical help. So I suppose that was our de facto job. We were sort of the chief water boys and medical officers out there. So I was probably a bit of a concerned parent and just keen to enjoy the experience. He obviously just invested so much of himself in it, and we just wanted to be part of it.
Got chewing gum. You want a goo? The salt I thought was part of your beans.
No.
How you feeling?
Feeling good. Body's just starting to get a little bit more exhausted. The sun's making
Yeah.
a bit more tough. This is coming on. Everything's pretty sore, but it's alright. Maintaining pace. Might as well just walk.
He has a lot of ideas. He's a very entrepreneurial sort of guy, so not all of them get off the tarmac. So I suppose it was just sort of, we'll see. And then as time went on, where he started to invest so much of his own time and energy and money into it, we thought, well, we better jump on board with this and help as much as we can.
You finding it hard to eat?
Sorry?
Are you finding it hard to eat?
Yeah, I don't really feel like too much food. I sort of was constantly felt bloated, which is a bit annoying, but other than that, I had a stitch for a period of time, but now.
Did you just take one? Go, Luke.
It's going good.
You don't feel overheating?
No. But yeah.
Are you peeing?
Pardon?
Are you peeing?
Am I peeing?
I need to know if you're peeing.
I haven't peed. I peed at the 7 a.m.
I know. You need to be peeing more. That means you're not.
Well, I'm not going to keep drinking because I'm bloated.
Yeah.
Yeah. 42.2 k's, baby. Woo! Let's go. 18 to go.
I would say Luke's support for himself in the run. Certainly, I think the team at Muscle Nation. I know he talks a lot in regards with Joey and Andy. I think they've helped him a lot in support. So there's a lot of learning. There's some professionals with the physiotherapist as well as the podiatrist. So you had a lot of professional help as well as mates help. Just the support of believing that if anyone's going to do it, Luke's going to do it. If anyone's crazy enough to give it a go, well, Luke's the crazy one and he'll do it. I know Luke is quite a strong person, and a lot of it as well came within himself. And that's probably kudos whether to myself or probably more so his father. I think he's very much like his father, and that personality where they have the attitude that anything is possible, and if you set your mind to it, it can be done.
you know, because he does have such a high pain threshold, and I know he will, I've seen him sort of do it where he's, you know, been in athletics events and literally convulsed, and so he will go hard, and I knew he would do it. But, you know, I suppose as the parental concern is well, at what cost, you know, the nearest Medico was 500 k's away sort of thing. So I suppose we were just sort of helicoptering him a little bit, but he seemed to be sledging us enough to sort of make us think he knew what he was doing.
A brave athlete has just completed an ultra marathon around Uluru to raise money for mental health. Luke Kingdon got up before sunrise this morning to take on the 60-kilometre course, which he completed in under 8 hours. Luke's aiming to raise $30,000 for mental health group Reach Out.
I ran 60 kilometres around Uluru on the 21st of February to raise money and awareness for mental health. At around 35, everything started to change. At the 20 kilometre mark, I knew I was going to get the 60 kilometres done. I was feeling great. I'd done a little calculation in my head where you play it out and you go, this is how I feel now, and 3 times this distance, I was sure I was going to get there. By 35 kilometres, I knew I was going to be in a lot more hurt than I thought I was at 20 kilometres, but I was still super confident.
Well, there were certainly many times that I was concerned about Luke, probably many times before the race that I was concerned. That was where I guess a lot of the concern was, but once we started the race, you then just got into the mode, and Luke was, I have to say, absolutely incredible. Okay, I've got to finish this. Yeah, so it was incredible the way he handled it, mentally and obviously physically. It was just amazing to see his mental strength. It's incredible. So that made it a lot easier. Certainly, you know, us in the car made it a lot easier, but he just looked like it was a walk in the park. So I found that quite incredible, what he did and how his mental strength and his positivity, even I think at around 30 k's, he said, mentally I'm feeling good, physically I'm, you know, stuffed. You're thinking, okay, physically you're stuffed at 30, but you've still got another 30 k's, not another 3 metres, you know, 30.
I set a goal for myself at 35 kilometres that I had to change my music at 40 because it just wasn't doing it for me. I needed something more, something a bit more heavy, some EDM, some techno, a bit of hip hop in there.
At the tippy top of my game, looking down at the rafters. I had to son these boys, can't leave them bastards. A lot of dudes, just some undercover actors. I don't fall for it, I'm privy to all your tactics. Yeah, so try again, this time take a vitamin. Yeah, invite them in, welcome to the lion's den. And I'm Mufasa, big boss in charge of coming in like a bull. You see me raising the stock up, yeah. So baby, you gonna need some patience. I already won, now I'm just making a statement, Damn, baby, why your mans keep hating? You asking about the cake, you here for the celebrations? And I ain't fishing, I ain't really into baiting. I know they all wish I take away they maiden, but sorry I'm taking me and my lady mating. She look me in the eyes and tell me how much she loving on my confidence, yeah. It really shouldn't be no arguments, cause you're now viewing the greatest of all time, saying I can't get better, I promise they all lying on my confidence. Yeah, that's right. Look, I think it's time you start using your common sense. Everybody watch out, cause the bomb is lit. I got that confidence, that's right. Confidence, yeah, confidence. That's me. Hold up. Yeah. I'm sorry if I stutter, yeah. My brain move a little faster than others, yeah. I even keep a close eye on my brothers, cause sometimes it's your blood that turn into blood suckers, yeah. And I'm on a big mission. My whole team got a plate up in the kitchen, yeah. I'm talking everything, I make all the fixings, yeah. They come a long way from where they come up missing. I blame it on my confidence, yeah. Promise I'm really this astonishing. And yeah, you're now viewing the greatest of all time. No need for thank yous, the pleasure is all mine. That's my confidence. Yeah, that's right. No downplaying my accomplishments. You call me arrogant, I take it as a compliment. I got that confidence. Come on now.
When my parents first heard that I wanted to run 60 kilometers around Uluru, Mum was like, okay. Do you know what that means?
Yes, just slowly absorbing.
Do you know how far that is, how long it's going to take?
Going, okay, tell me a little bit more, trying not to react and just listening to what he had to say.
And she was very slow to process everything that I was saying, and I was super excited. I was just wrapped up in it all and super energetic.
And finding more information about it before inwardly probably going, holy hell, what does that mean?
And I hadn't done the planning, and I wasn't able to answer the questions she had at the moment.
But yeah, just sort of taking it on board and going, come on, yep, tell me more.
And I guess that's maybe a mother's role. So I'm thankful for her there, but she was like, okay.
That was my reaction.
I'd had a tibia stress fracture while I decided to come up with the idea.
It was sort of really a bizarre, out there type thing to do when you've been told you shouldn't be running.
Mum was definitely concerned. I think it helped because it also checked myself, because at times I was all gung-ho, we can do this, we'll do this, and it would just bang, bang, bang. And she would slow it down. She goes, okay, well, this is what's going to happen. There'll be these issues. And it was then I'd look back on my planning and reflect and would work through it together. But she slowed down my thought process and broke it down and picked a lot of holes in it, which we were able to work on, and I guess through that we were able to make the run a success and a lot of awareness and money raised.
7.5 k's to go.
Friend of me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Friend of me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Friend of me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Friend of me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me.
I'm about to go Goku. Leave all my haters red like old news. Yeah, tryna get the green like it's Whole Foods. Couldn't take my style and now you so blue. Yeah, now we don't even know you. Your hometown we don't even go to.
55.3 kilometers.
Worldwide global. Looking like a show you been killing this is O2. Spiller, the whole Mandela. Life so free, can't no man kill him. Came from the bottom, was a broke man. Ghetto still move like 10 man with no found window. Boom. Pardon me, I get hectic. I survive through the wreckage. You should go look for the exit. New sheriff in town, I get a little reckless. Missed the memo, go check the message. I ate then came back for seconds. I hate seeing your fake little necklace. Lifestyle decrepit, I should probably expect this. Too much game for your league. I'm Hussein with speed, go Hussein on beats. Legendary, I'm everything you aim to be. I'm insane and free, you can't tame the beast.
Friend of me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Friend of me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Friend of me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. Friend of me, enemy. All these neck just wanna be a mini me. All these neck just wanna be a mini me.
3.7 kilometers.
the idea of raising funds for mental health, I think is huge.
But I feel like mental health is definitely a big player in this department, so I mean, I support that 100%. I can speak from like a personal level where, you know, growing up throughout my childhood, I definitely went through rough times, like anyone would. You know, I was definitely, even I was in a private school, but I was bullied during my earlier years on, which it didn't make me feel good at all. That is a feeling that so many other kids currently go through, currently as well still, which is, it's not the best feeling, and at times, you know, it leads to a point where some people find that there's no way out, and that's definitely something that hits the heart, you know, very strongly with me. And
this is what I'll try and raise awareness and money for. The more I learnt about it, people started to reach out to me and tell me stories of them and what they're going through. And I didn't even realize how bad it was when I started. So I think over the 4-month process of myself training and talking about mental health more, the understanding I had for mental health and the damage that it's done grew exponentially, that I don't think could have been realized otherwise.
Something which no one should ever have to go through, and that is why mental health needs awareness of how important it is that, you know, you have a voice. Everyone has a voice, you know. Go ask your friends if they're all right, or, you know, go reach out to anyone, you know, whether you know them on a personal basis or whether you just see they're struggling. Go ask them if they're okay. And I feel like there needs to be a bit more awareness in this area, for sure.
Luke had an incredible $30,000 donation goal, which you go, where on earth do you get that figure from, and how do you think you're going to get that figure? But again, Luke is the type of person that says, why would I go small? Small's for just, you know, anyone can do small. I don't want to be sort of anyone. I want to do something big. I want it to make a difference. So he set himself out for $30,000. And he worked hard. He did his best to get that goal, never really giving up.
Amazing to see that many people come together and donate from small $5, $10, $20 donations to $2,000. It's really awesome to seeing the company you work for get behind your run and fully support it. For anyone that's struggling, reach out, speak to others, and for other people, check in on others. Reach out. The charity that I decided to support is amazing. They're the most accessed online resource around Australia. They've got a ton of help, online forums, questions answered, YouTube videos of ways to get information and how to deal with certain situations and have questions answered. That it's such an unobtrusive way they put out their resources that you can seek help without having the confrontation of asking someone if you feel that draws too much attention to yourself. Reach Out's the most accessed online mental health resource around Australia. And I think the thing I liked about it most is that the way it's online helps connect with younger people who, from 15 to 45, is the leading cause of death is suicide. So I think it's a great way to reach those people.
Josh. Thank you. Well done. Boy, oh boy. Middle of nowhere, eh? Except it's in Ayers Rock.
What do you need, Luke? What do you need?
I thought you might have been a corner there at about on the back back lap. Yeah. Looked like you were struggling a bit. Can you grab my phone?
I don't know. Not much words. Not much words.
Hey?
Can we just sit down with towels so I can sit down?
Ooh, actually, we might even have some icy towels here. The ice.
I won't go over there.
You don't want it?
I won't go over there.
Say again?
I won't go over the other stick.
Oh, look at that. Put that on top. You want that on top?
Which legs are on top of this?
How good's that? Is that good?
It's amazing.
Want some ice on it?
Yep. No, it's alright.
That's another cold towel here if you want it.
Put that over my legs.
Right.
Am I allowed to ask about your temperature?
Sure.
For when you started.
You want a nice pack as a headrest?
I just set 4 new records, dude. Good luck. $37.4.
Whew. Doctor will be
You
happy.
want to put that behind?
I feel like I'm in a coffin. I can't move.
Do you need a massage or anything?
Need some water. I'm thirsty.
People
you
are
wanna pour
asking
it
how
over
much
you?
further.
Do you want to pour it over?
I can do it. Ah, jeez. Sunscreen got in my eyes. How do you guys feel?
Better than you.
Are you hungry?
Like-
Have you eaten?
Like, no,
No,
what can we
just
say, Luke?
had
We can't-
lollies.
We
That's
can't
about
sort
it.
of say anything. We're feeling fantastic. Anything less would be offensive.
Not really.
I think I might be a photographer. Might take Johnny's job.
Well, I'm not being coherent, so that's good.
Mentally, I felt good the whole way.
Yeah,
might just
I
see
know
if I
you
can
did.
get a-
I mean, you sounded it.
But
Yeah,
physically,
you
I
look like
struggled.
You actually picked up.
Yeah.
With about 9 k's to go.
Yeah, I know. I felt that too. It was just like me realizing it was just about over. And then I went for I did like a 200 meter walk at like 51 k's, and I was just looking around, just enjoying it.
No, good.
It's the best water ever. Caring mother. Wow.
At least we could do.
My clothes are so heavy.
Oh, yeah. Yes, might be hard to get the motor
Triceps are
running
cramping
again.
for some reason.
Hey?
My triceps are cramping for
Triceps?
some reason, yeah.
Jeez, that's I think everything else. Oh, wow. Yeah, swim leg. Look. Hey, yeah, clap.
Yeah, I'm good.
They're like 7 hours 40. Find out.
29,964 steps. We'll make it 70,000. It'll get there. Shit.
Yeah, need
Welcome to the club.
Ooh. Don't really need a small back seat, do you?
coming over.